When Friday comes, the lights ignite, streaming tales in the digital night. The Butcher and AUBYN take the mic, just talking tech that feels so right. Kodi whispers like a spy, options blossom cutting ties. TV freedom in disguise, no more bills, no compromise. Streaming matters every week, cutting cords, they hit their peak. Raise your drink at the Plex queue, protect your neck, that's what we do. Turn it up and tune it right, gadgets sparking through the night. Ritual vibes keep it tight, we're the rebels in this fight. Streaming matters every week, cutting cords, they hit their peak. Raise your drink at the Plex queue, protect your neck, that's what we do. Turn it up and tune it right, gadgets sparking through the night. Ritual vibes keep it tight, we're the rebels in this fight. Streaming matters every week, cutting cords, they hit their peak. Raise your drink at the Plex queue, protect your neck, that's what we do. Streaming matters is the place to be, slice through the chaos with witty glee. Plex pops up, raise your glass high, protect your neck, no alibi. Streaming matters every week, cutting cords, they hit their peak. Raise your drink at the Plex queue, protect your neck, that's what we do.
What's up, everybody? Here we go. Here we go. All right, don't try to touch nothing. How is the panel doing today?
Doing good.
Good.
Yeah, listen to you, excitement. You motherfuckers
No
should
time
be
for
happy.
lows. Let's get this shit moving. We got stuff to do. None of this happy horse shit. We're on a schedule, boys. Get this train rolling.
We are on a schedule.
You're not getting paid overtime.
Definitely. Hey, Beach wants off early tonight. We got a lot.
We both
tough,
do. I think the both of us will leave you. Yeah, because we know what's more important nowadays.
I actually was talking to the wife before the show started, and I said I had the show going, and then I said, and then she goes, "Any sports?" I said, "Well, West Virginia Tough Man's on tonight, and we're gonna." And she goes, "Oh, so that means you're gone for the night?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Yes,
yes."
Oh
yes.
boy,
TV is hers all night long. Nothing. For
oh
her.
Man,
don't need any comments from me. The TV is 100%. Nobody going. Do we have to watch that? So yeah, she's like,
you really lost that TV.
Yeah.
Well, it is. My upstairs TV is the living room TV is hers, but the bigger TV's downstairs. So that's usually where I go to do the Oculus. Plus, if I want to watch sports, sure, I'll be down there. It's bigger TV. But I will say, I'd like both of them are LG TVs, and the TV upstairs is a little bit older. But I don't know if it's because it's 55-inch. It's a clearer picture than when on my 65-inch. It's the same brand. It's a C grade. So I don't know. It's still, when it's bigger TV, it's just so. All right, so hey, we're going to talk about tech objects and tech topics today. Things to help you save some money, things that may possibly cost you money in the future. So we tried to look out and say, hey, these are some streaming costs that are coming your direction. Watch out for those things. In the second half of the hour, the second hour, we will be covering the movie The Fire.
Fire Inside.
The Fire
Fire
Inside.
Inside, not Sing Sing.
Not Sing Sing. Well, and we'll get to that.
For those who are in our Oculus streamers room, know what that comment was about.
Yeah.
You know, there's you would think one person that runs the show might actually pay attention and watch.
You know, there's a lot going on here.
It's a lot going on. Todd.
When you got too much time, that's the problem. When you got too much time.
Todd, come on. The first thing with every show, so everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's a pinned message that's up on top. Always.
All
you have to do is
very
click
organized.
that. That's all you have to do. Click it.
But because I already knew it, though. I knew it. I didn't even need to ask because in my head, I already knew the answer. So it was one of the situations. I don't need to look that up. I already know. But it is.
This feature in Telegram, I know a lot of people haven't heard of before. It's called Scroll Up.
Scroll up.
Scroll up. You know?
All right.
It's not a new feature. It's been there for a while.
I've made it easier than the scroll up button by putting
you know, like I coined the phrase last week, technically retarded.
TR. It was on me. That's right. I watched 2 movies this week. So I had extra credit this week. So
one of them.
So I got extra credit. All right, so we're going to cover. So we will cover a movie. That would be the second hour. The first one, we're going to jump in with all kinds of tech things that we don't have a ton this week. Not a lot of news, but we're going to talk about some different things that we find. Yeah, too many things working. So knock on wood.
Yeah.
If you have some questions over there, post them and see what happens. Steven, hey, I will say this: if you're looking to purchase anything, you better sooner than later, because shit gonna get realer. It's gonna get realer for everybody.
Yep.
So just say, well, I'll leave it at that. It's gonna get. So if you get a TV, better get it now. I don't need a TV, so. I just need a pinball machine and I need my Bose.
But it just sucks for you because you have to pay so much more for it.
Oh,
what you had paid for it here.
Well, that and the value of the dollar that's a big thing. And right now there's a lot of things that have pushed it down. So, but whatever. You know what? Don't be trying to bring me down.
All right.
I'm trying to look at the positive things. All right. Hold on. Let me grab some. We're gonna talk about some our Kodi stuff first.
Yeah.
Why ain't that? Hold on a second, brothers. All right, now let's try to. Yeah, I posted if Fire TV Guru. I haven't seen him in a while. If he wanted to jump on, he's more than welcome to jump on. I told him to hit you up.
Yeah.
He's been on he's on Telegram.
Yeah.
I see Razzle Dazzle showed up. Nice. All right. Is that showing up for you, AUBYN?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure what topics you guys had for Kodi news. I know that Cocoa Scrapers updated again. I think I saw that they updated. So there seems to be getting updates from however that's getting done. So that is a positive thing for the whole community. So I just appreciate anybody that's working on those things because that, we need them. We need them. What happened to my damn Reddit thread? All right. One of the add-ons that got updated this week and was FenLight. FenLight's developer retired, 2 months ago, guys? It's a little while. So Tiki Peter retired, said, I'm done with all this. Sorry, guys. Peace out. So FenLight was was kind of stalemate. Now, a few people had forked it, which means they created a separate version that they would continue to update. But somebody came in here and was it PW Wright came in. FenLight Anonymous. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think so.
Anonymous.
Anonymous.
Anonymous. So it got updated. So FenLight is now updated. I've got the link down below for you guys if you wanted the URL. But pretty simple. Download the URL. It's going to be the zip file for FenLight, so it's not on like a repo. It is just out there. You have to download the zip, get it on your device, which most of you guys over here probably know how to do that. So get it on there. Once it updates, then moving forward, if there's an update through the Anonymous, it should update automatically like FenLight would have in the past. This is supported by Tiki Peter. I saw on the Reddit thread, he says, hey, I appreciate this is a person that seems to be taking this project forward, not just forking it by name, but actually looking to develop more features in it. So that is a good thing. That's kind of what I've been holding off to leave FenLight because it works. So there wasn't any problem with it. But I just by somebody changing the name, it really wasn't a reason for me to change. But this guy seems to be added a bunch of features. So that all is done recently. So if you're somebody that uses Fen or FenLight, you may want to check out this zip file, download this, and use it as an updated version. But if you want to stick with the version that Tiki Peter had, it still works. Works. There's nothing wrong with that. So just thought we would toss that out there as an option if you if people want to do it. Plus, if people see it and they're like, oh, should I update? Shouldn't I? You may want to. It's got a few extra features, but for the normal person, probably not enough to really change.
It does have a different logo if you do change it, because I switched it on a couple of my devices.
Yeah.
And it's like FenLight AM now, I think, and the logo is a little bit different. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did I hear the Umbrella guy? Did Umbrella Developer jump in here?
Yeah, he's there.
I thought I heard a dink, but I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up? How you guys doing?
We're doing well. Just poking through we just talked about Cocoa Scrapers were updated, and then mentioning the addition of that Anonymous FenLight Anonymous.
Oh yeah, cool.
Anonymous.
Somebody was asking over in the side chat if this version can side load live with FenLight. No, it will write it using the same name.
Yeah, it'll overwrite.
Yeah.
It'll overwrite, and then because it says that it's going to be doing the automatic updates after this, so it kind of where I guess you had it on your repository as a place to get it, right?
Yeah,
it's just
kind of a stored version. Yeah, this is a new version with a different fork or whatever. So this is. I mean, if you want to load it, it seems cool, seems sponsored, or not, I would say sponsored, but supported. And but just to answer the side chat, you're not going to be able to run FenLight in this at the same time. It's going to take it over.
True. Yeah, remember back in the day of hijacking, people hijacking add-ons by just updating a repository, and those stupid days. All right, so hey, I was going to mention MediaFusion. Now your add-on incorporated this into it, if I'm not mistaken.
That's in Cocoa. That's actually in Cocoa Scrapers, but yeah, MediaFusion is in Umbrella as well. But yeah, this is what's been added with the new version of Cocoa Scrapers, where basically you can add your own custom string into MediaFusion. So if you want to set some preferences or whatever, you can set all that and then just have it either set your own string manually, or you can pull it back with device code, which was pretty cool.
So yeah, because I used it. I guess it was a few months back, maybe even longer. And when I was testing out Streamio, and I was doing Streamio, and it linked into this, and I had never heard of it until then. And I was like, "What's this?" So, and it was pretty easy to set forward. I was going to go through the configuration to show some people, because you'll pull this up on your computer, or you can do it on your phone. So if you're a person that just has this, you can set this up pretty easily. This is the interface for the MediaFusion. I'm going to click on the newbie setting first.
I'm going to make it full screen.
Okay.
Okay.
And hey, any of you guys, I'm not sure how many of you guys have used this, because I'm very new to this. So if any of you guys,
I just want to say that what I seen from it when you showed me earlier. I actually might load up Kodi to
You
mess with this.
liar. You
Listen,
liar.
listen,
Motherfucker
listen.
lying.
No,
He lying.
no, I'll load it up just to check something out. This is like up my alley with the kind of crap it does that I really like. I gotta give my thanks to the devs.
But this, so let me try to make this. I can't really make it too much bigger without it jacking up there. That's probably good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So you can go through this stream provider. Here we can click drop down. Now, right now, the default was that direct torrents. Now, if you're using direct torrents, please use a VPN. Use a VPN because you are exposed to public trackers, which makes you exposed to anybody that joins that particular tracker. And I know that I have people that every time I make a video and I say that, they say, I've been using public trackers for 50 years and never got caught. But it don't take but the one time they're watching whatever movie or show you're looking at and they're tracking those people, you're very likely going to get a letter from your ISP saying cease and desist of doing shady shit. So
yeah, if you have questions about that, check out the Streamio forum on Reddit. Yeah, they've got people posting all the time like, "Oh, I'm using Streamio with Real to Brit. Why did I get a letter?" Well, it's because you set up with this direct P2P crap, and that you're gonna get a letter. He's dead on with that.
Yeah. So if you use it, please use a VPN or something that's gonna hide you. But when I used it, I did use it with this, but I only used it when I had my VPN running. I had it obfuscated and all that. So if I wanted to set it up, now you only can pick one scraper package, I'll call it, from what I can tell. But here you can go through, like, let's say you're like, you know what? I'm only 1080 and 4K guy. I don't want nothing below that. You can set it that simple. Click, click, click. I don't want cams. I don't want unknown. Maybe I don't want sats. I'll leave these two. I can say what countries I want. I'm going to deselect all, just say English. Does it have redneck in here? No, I don't see that. All right. And then from here, now this is the newbie set. So this is the easiest way to set it up. And then you would click on here. If I'm not mistaken, Umbrella, maybe someone would go into the Umbrella add-on into the Cocoa Scrapers part of it and click to get the 6-digit code like you would with Real to Brid.
Basically, yeah. You don't do it through Umbrella, you do it through Cocoa. But yeah, you would just load up the Cocoa Scrapers, and under the Torrents tab, under that section, there's a MediaFusion, and once that's enabled, you'll see some additional options. And under those additional options, one of them is set up using device code. And if you do it, a pop up with a code. You just put that code into this box you've got popped up here.
Yep.
And one of the things I wanted to elaborate on when you were doing this is say maybe you've got a HD TV in your living room and maybe 1080 TV in your office. If you set up two different configs, if you put on two different searches, that's okay. That will you can actually tailor each different Kodi setup to how you want, because when you're doing this custom config and you're putting the code in, all it's doing is returning an encrypted string back to us that we use to relay those same settings. Setup.
It's just the setting. It's basically
just the settings encrypted is all it is. And so if you make a bunch of changes and you want to set maybe one TV to be 1080 only, that's fine. You can set up that one, put in the code, make your changes, get a new code, put it in again. It's going to give you back the new encrypted token. So it's pretty cool. This is probably one of the more powerful things I've seen added to Kodi in a while, honestly.
Yeah. It is very easy to set up. And I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to show the pro user. Now, that was the newbie user. So simple setup. Hopefully, if you found that difficult, skip this part of the show. But if you get to the pro one, the amount of filters it adds is a lot more. You can see it has American football, baseball, basketball, because A streams, and I don't know if that's still around, A streams use torrents and you could watch live content. And so it actually adds, if you wanted to add for MediaFusion, but live content, we can what type of certification you can, so we can disable certain things. This would select nudity filter. You can actually set what you want for nudity filter. I thought that was kind of funny. Then here's your languages, size of files, kind of like you would find in an add-on if you go into the settings.
One thing to keep in mind too on this is that the add-on is going to override that set. No matter what you've got set here for sorting and all that kind of stuff, when it comes back to us, we're going to still sort based on what you've got in the add-on.
Oh, okay. That's a good clarification. So no matter what this is, the add-on its settings are going to trump it.
Right. And then also the way the scraping works is still the same. So no matter what provider you set on this, whether I set Roto-Grid or I set AllGrid or I set TorBox, it's still going to take all the results back from that and compare it to any provider that you have enabled in the add-on.
Okay. So yeah, it wouldn't show it wouldn't show, let's say you have Premiumize on the website, but then you didn't put Premiumize on Cocoa Scrapers.
You're still going to see Roto-Grid and
right, because Cocoa Scraper. Okay.
And it's also still looking at the metadata. So if whoever uploads the file doesn't have that metadata tag correctly, this will throw that off too.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You will see the filter kick out, results that you wouldn't see filtered out in Streamio. It's still never going to match everything to Streamio like they have now, because their filters for how the files are searched are a little different than the scraper. One of the things to be aware of is it doesn't matter if you've got it set for AUBYN. The way we do this is that we search for a list of results of torrents, and we take the info hash of each file and search on whatever provider you have enabled, whether that's Roto-Grid, AUBYN, TorBox, whatever, for that info hash. Yeah. That's what we're searching for. So if you give me back a list of, these are all the results from AUBYN, but I've got Roto-Grid, Premiumize, AUBYN, Easy News, all this stuff enabled, I'm going to search for that info hash on all of those providers.
Because it's the same info hash.
Exactly.
The file online, info hash, it's a long series of numbers and letters, if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be a long stretch just for people that may be thinking, what the fuck you guys are talking about? So that it's like a unique ID or a unique identifier.
A unique identifier to each zip or each file. And that's how it works. I mean, that is the nitty gritty, get down in technical of it. That's how it's scraping. And so once we get that list of info hash, whether it's from MediaFusion or whoever, we're searching all your providers for those info hashes. So you can get, TorBox results with Roto-Grid enabled here. It's basically my whole point. It doesn't matter who you have enabled, except for this direct torrent. Don't recommend that at all.
Yeah. And it's, again, I've played around with it. I didn't find it to run as what, to me, I ran some big 4K files just testing one day, and I didn't find my Shield I found it to do better on add-ons than it did through this. And maybe it's because of the way that because both of them would buffer ahead. Because if you're watching Kodi or whatever you're watching, it's going to kind of download ahead, which this would be doing, but you're just sharing the whole time. But I just found it to not play as well. But it's just an option for people.
It's another way to pull up possible sources for stuff.
Yep.
So something that one scraper may not find, you may find it in a torrent in here. Yep.
So, and any of the people, if you want any of these links for any of this we talk about on the show, it's down below. You can read it and check it out. But I thought, hey, check this out. It's a pretty easy setup if you're wanting to set it up. And there was long tutorials, but I thought, all right, so we'll go into the Amazon. Amazon has finally started to launch some of their satellites up. See, I told you guys what happened earlier. The clutch. So the satellites are all starting to go up for Amazon, trying to beat SpaceX, and so they plan to upload 3,200 satellites.
Wow.
27 are going up next week. I think it was next week. 3,200. You know how many we already got there?
Oh, too many.
it's I don't know. It just seems
There's a lot of shit up there.
just,
No, really. I don't
yes,
know how they
I
get
agree.
anything out.
Well,
I really don't.
Starlink is already starting to shut down and burn up like their earliest first generation satellites and replacing them with new ones.
Yeah, well, they put their satellites in a real low Earth orbit. That's why you can see them in the night sky. You'll see just a train of little white dots floating by. You can see them.
So yeah, 3,200 are going to be up by I want to say 2029. But so at the end of this year, you're going to be able to get Amazon Internet. So it's going to be the rival to SpaceX or Starlink. Starlink. So that will be our new option for people that are in rural places. And you know, I mean, I've lived places where, well, Dave, you're getting ready to live someplace that you're going to need satellite.
Nah, I got sources.
Yeah. So what are you guys thinking about us putting more damn satellites up there? I mean,
hey, fine by me. Competition is good. You know,
Right.
what the hell?
No,
As
but
long-
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, as long as the drives down prices, if Bezos and Musk want to go back and forth and one up each other, go ahead for it.
Knock yourselves out.
Yeah. They're going to be hooking up little lasers to them so they can take the competition out up there.
You know what? Yeah.
little Star Wars.
Yeah.
I will.
It's like asteroids. It'd be like playing asteroids up there.
Yeah, you're right.
So these are supposed to be the most advanced, and so they're going to pay. What did it say? I'm looking on here. It's going to have boosters on it to where it's supposed to be able to maintain better. It's going to have a mirrored coating to reduce visibility for astronomers. So whereas I guess so that you'll be able to look past it without it reflecting back, maybe. Most advanced communication satellites ever built.
I'm sure.
I remember the price was better and the speed was better than Starlink when they first talked about this.
Well, since it is Amazon, I'm sure like after 20 minutes of being connected, you get a pop-up ad or something with your internet, because I wouldn't put it past Amazon forcing ads on their internet.
I don't know. Do you think they would do that?
Of course.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Starlink is already starting to cut back on their allowable bandwidth and increasing some of the prices on the services they've been offering. So,
Yeah, but a Starlink, has the price gone down or is it still the same?
No.
What? Well, it's got it up here. It's like $150. But I know in the States, I thought it was a little over 100.
it depends on. There's different tiers now. They've started with like essentially like cable companies do. You get a little bit faster speed, more data. And then there's like a lower price range that's got caps on the data, and I think you're limited to like 100 megabits a second or something like that. So
You're on the family plan.
I mean, hey, it's great for people who are in areas, not everybody has access to high speed internet. Ask Leon. Eddie was in that boat. So
yeah, Eddie, you were in that for a while. That just wasn't available.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we talk about at one point when we first started talking to you, he was like, he got like 20 megs down or 15 megs down. What was it? It was
no 10. I had 10 megs. 10.
Yeah, those were rough days. So
Yeah, but tell me about it.
we're seeing a lot of people
Tell
putting
you
them
about
on
it.
RVs
We
now.
did tell you.
what's that, Big Daddy?
We see a lot of people that are putting them on RVs nowadays, especially
Yep.
ones that are kind of going
Yeah.
boondocking, so not necessarily parking in a regular campground where you can get Wi-Fi.
Mhm.
And they used to use the Hughes satellites and things like that, and they're getting away from that because Starlink's a little bit more portable for them.
Well, better
plus
quality.
with like Hughes, your maximum download is like 2 megabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are people here that have Hughes. I've seen. I'm like, oh my god. We were looking at houses. That was in the top 5 questions, maybe top 3. And we were like, what kind of internet is that here? There was one house we went to, and it was a nice house. And we looked at it, and we walked around it in a big yard. And I was like, a little bit outside of town. And then I'm like, I look around, I see the satellite, the bell. They have a bell dish that the people put on the houses here. I looked at them like, I said, what kind of internet they got? And the realtor's like, I don't know. I'm sure it's good. I'm like, So then we got here. You can go online and look. And it was like, it was like 20, 25 was the maximum you could get in the area. And I'm like, Lady said, you want to look again? No, you're good. We're moving on.
No.
Moving on.
I remember the days when it used to be to have a garage and a pool. Now it's what kind of internet can I get?
Yeah. Shit's real. I mean, bad internet sucks. I can't imagine. I hate it when I have to use my VPN. There's times when I'm using it and it's dipping down. It's like, oof. That's why I really wanted to do a Raspberry Pi with Pi-hole, and then I can't remember what they call it when you add VPN to it. Can't remember. There was a. Can't remember. You can install it, and basically it runs from your modem to before it gets to your router, and can filter out and change your IP just by that way. And so that's all it does is run your VPN. So I'm thinking that would be the fastest, and then it would be on the whole house. You could do an ad blocker. Not sure.
Ubiquity router. And
say again.
That's a Ubiquity router, and it has the ability to build like a separate VLAN inside of it. And that's how it's set up with. You can put in like a Wireshark or OpenVPN certificate, and it'll grab all that info. You basically have this separate wireless network throughout the house that's on VPN all the time.
Yeah, that's what because I looked at, you can get like you said, there's routers that do that. Not a lot of them. And then I read up, and I was like, I got a Raspberry Pi 5 sitting right there. Like,
I run a Pi-hole. I've run a Pi-hole for multiple years. It's amazing. You're missing out if you're not.
I'm like, I've got the 5, not doing nothing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That Pi-hole is amazing. I run that. I've got it set up on some GitHub lists that automatically pull down, and I don't have to update my who's blocking my list or anything.
Did you add your certifications for your VPNs in it?
So
that's what I would like to do.
So the router has okay. So the way it works is I have the router set up to issue out the IP address of the Pi-hole as my DNS to any device that connects. And then the Pi-hole has the actual DNS in it, but that still goes up to the router. So if you're on the VPN that's connected, it's a separate wireless network. It's not actually hitting the Pi at all.
Okay, so your Pi-hole is after your router, kind of.
Yes,
on the line.
Pi-hole is after the router, So your router, and because the VPN is an isolated network, it's actually technically a separate network.
Oh, all right. So so your regular router is it's going to be your old network name and everything, and then your Pi is running its own network, and so you'd have a new name for whatever that is.
No, it's just on your network. So it says a static IP address on your network, and it's the Pi-hole software running on that. When in your router, you issue out that IP address as your DNS. So any device that connects to the Pi-hole first, and the Pi-hole is going up through the router and out.
Okay.
But on that separate network that I have, of course, the VPN network, I'm not setting the DNS to be the IP address of Pi-hole because it's on a separate DNS, like separate, subnet. So you got 192.168.5, whatever for your main network. My VPN network is isolated because I don't want it talking to other items across the network because it needs to be on the VPN all the time. So it's completely isolated. Nothing. Once you're on the VPN network, that's it. You're on the VPN network. You can only talk to other devices on that same VPN network internally. So the Pi-hole is on its own isolated network, which is the main network. And so, but the Pi-hole is great for outside of the VPN stuff. If you just basic home network setup, set up a static IP address for it, give that as the DNS. You'll never see ads. It's crazy. It's not going to work for YouTube, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Because YouTube, the way that they embed them, you really can't.
Yeah.
But like, so you're all the other ads, and so that'd be for any of your devices in the house. Yeah. So that's something I've been rolling in my head thinking I need to do that.
It's so much easier than people think. It's literally just, do an image, whatever your Pi imager is, Raspberry Pi imager, do the image on the card, put it in there, run it, do your basic setup of the network, and you're rolling. It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to check that out. This was right up Aubyn's alley right here. Yeah. We know how much he loves Plex, and we know how much he likes watching live cop shit.
Oh yeah.
Watching a cop chase. I mean,
yeah.
You ought to be living in like LA.
I think that what happened was that Plex got jealous because once I started seeing those that, what was it, that not Pluto, was it Pluto? I think it was Pluto. Pluto put out that car chases.
Yeah.
And I just got hooked on it. So meaning like at night when I'm sleeping, that's what was playing, not my Plex. So I think they must have realized that, and they said, "Oh, okay,
they want that market share.
They want that, yeah." So then they did this because they know I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Although I already have it, but
I mean, I don't know how live it is.
No, it's live. It's live.
No, the one on Plex though. I mean,
well, no, it's just going to be just like the same episodes that you can grab.
I do think this is, I saw this this left because I know
it's
how much.
It's a show, but I love it.
I know.
I love that they did that. I like anytime they grab any channel because, for the people that don't have, someone to get on their server.
Yep.
And
it's a free
the
option.
older people, it's free for them to, look and say, hey, I want to, I can just watch this stuff and not have to, worry about paying Hulu or anybody like that. Disney.
You ain't getting my money.
Yep.
I thought that this kind of runs right into another topic I thought we'd toss out there to see what you guys have to think. I'd love to hear some of the people in the side chat as well as here on the panel of other ideas, because sometimes people ain't got no money. It's going to be hard times. Times are coming. I can feel it. People are going to need some free TV. Yep. So there is a lot of free options for people. Now, Tubi, Pluto TV, Freevee, the Roku channels, Local Now. I thought that got taken off.
Which one?
Local Now.
Local
I thought
Now.
that got taken on. Didn't they take that down? That was like local channels, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's still, that even comes on my Shield, I think. Local Now. That's that local, icon that it has or something like that.
Yeah. That's the weather. So I don't know. Let me back out of here. Where? Oh, so Plex, Redbox is gone. Stir, I know Stir.
No, Redbox is still alive, isn't it?
I thought they closed.
No, I thought I saw a machine somewhere.
I thought I saw it. No, was it empty?
Yeah, they closed the machines down.
They did close the machines down?
Yeah. I don't. It's some weird company bought them, a British company, I want to say, a couple years ago, and then got rid. Finally, like late last year or last summer, announced they were going to shut them down, take it out. And then I heard people were like finding the boxes and stealing them so they could get all the movies left. I know.
Oh, I knew what it was in my backyard.
Where are you at? Where were you at? You know how you a damn DVD whore. I mean, damn. So
it was funny. I was on TikTok and I'm watching this guy. You know how they do those live things, and this guy is, people are typing in movie names, and he's reaching back and is grabbing, a DVD because he had a room full of DVDs on the wall, and I'm like, there's no way this guy has more than me, and especially, but it was impressive. But it was impressive that, he was walking around and picking these DVDs up that people were trying to get him on. A lot of people did get them because, it was either older stuff or whatever. I'm like, I could never do that because I have a database. I can say, yeah, okay, I have that on DVD. But walking around trying to find it, no, not going to happen. Too many.
Hoarder's house. So those are some options. The other thing, and again, this, you guys, most of the people watching are going to say, man, I know all about these things. Sometimes our family members don't know it. So talk to your family members that are maybe spending a bunch of money that they don't need, especially older folks that don't need to spend it on. They don't care about that many shows. Those apps, as well as their TV, might offer it. So like LG, TLC, Sony, LG, all of them offer free. Samsung offer free TV that could be an option for some people out there. And they offer a lot of channels. I wasn't sure if there was any other brands that Sony.
Well, I have an on TV with a Roku in it, and what it shows you, it says a few local TV stations in English and French.
Well, I think that's because it links into the Roku, because Roku has the they have an app or channels. So yeah, if you've got that built into your TV, TV. So it could be almost all of them are ad based. So just keep in mind you're going to see ads and all that shit.
Yeah, the Samsung TV Plus, you can find that in the Google App Store and download it on phone or other devices. I don't think it has as many channels as you get on the Samsung TVs, but quite a few channels available on it.
And if you're a person that, again, this may be for some of your family members, older people that are not caring about a lot of that stuff. You can get, as long as they get their news, you can get small package with just the news, and then say, here's all those old shows that you may want to watch. Again, they're free. I want to say, to me, when I've used my TV, the channels a lot look the same. There'll be some overlap, a lot of overlap of channels that you find on the Roku. You're going to find on the LG app or the TCL or same channels, but it's still hundreds. I mean, hundreds of channels.
I know for a while I was watching a lot of Tubi TV because they had a lot of documentaries on there that you don't find in other places.
Tubi, I want to say the wife had that for some show up. Might have been one of her animes that only could really find on Tubi. So it's again ad supported, pretty cheap. I mean, it's free, and the ads on them aren't so bad. I think the Fire TV ads are pretty aggravating. They seem pretty long. Yeah,
I don't remember which one, if it was Pluto or Freevee. One of them, it seemed like every 2 minutes was an ad. It was like worse than over-the-air TV. I was like, this is really annoying.
Zumo, that's another one.
Yeah,
that's another free app that you can do it. Fire TV Guru says Sling has some free channels. Let's see if he had any. Peter, I crossed a kangaroo and a cow. I converted a Roku.
Roku.
That's a Roku. Yeah. I'll make up some new words.
Oh my God.
There ain't no shame in this. Let's see. I was gonna mention. All right, so I've got a few add-ons or apps that might be helpful to people. Umbrella, if you have any and you think of them, let me know. We're gonna run through. This is kind of segment we've done the last few weeks about to try to highlight some apps that we use that other people may not know about. TV Mate, I think we've talked about that a bazillion times, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. We didn't talk about it last week. TV Mate, if you have a subscription, this has to be the best player. It does not offer any channels, does not offer a subscription. It's just the interface, the player. Best one out there. I know that probably I know the guys on the panel would agree that this is the one to use.
Amen.
Each and every day.
And buy the lifetime pass. It's cheap.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
completely worth it.
Yeah, all things considered, it's worth it to invest, and you can use 5 devices with 1 subscription, but it is your best player. So if you got a subscription, this is the one you got to try. And this is an app that I put on my phone when I went on my trip down south. I actually put this on my phone, and I've used it whenever I go on road trips to listen to audiobooks. And that's SmartTube audiobook player. This does a fabulous job. If you have an audiobook that's in a zip file, or even if it's an extracted file, you drop it in a folder on your device. It will, with this app, you're able to go through and tell it what folder you're looking at, of course. And it will scan and find the book that you're doing. And what it's great at is it leaves it off at the exact spot every time you play. So some players I found don't do a real good job of remembering where it was on that file. Use VLC or some of those others. It'll be a little bit farther back. It's always back a ways. This, within 5 seconds, or if a phone call pops up or something, an announcement on the phone, it backs up only about 5 seconds to continue on with the book. So I can't recommend this anymore if you are an audiobook player user and like to listen to books, because it just does such a great job of keeping a library, and you can jump from book to book if you want. That was a cool app.
I know my one IPTV service was starting to offer audiobooks. And I was kind of like, what? And they're like, yeah, people, you want to listen to a book at night while you're going to bed, you got the TV on, just flip over to that channel and it starts playing the book.
But how does it figure out where you're at on that? Because that would be all cloud-based.
Right. That I don't know how it did. I don't know if it would just continue playing, and if you stopped and came back, you had to start back over. I don't know. They didn't have a lot of titles on it, and was stuff.
Maybe it might have had a bookmark.
Look, if you can't sleep at night, just get a replay of the show. Guarantee you, 2 minutes in, you're out like somebody hit you with a brick in the head. I mean, I have a hard time staying awake when it's live.
You ought to put this on your. We put a label on this show. It may cause drowsiness.
Right.
Fuck you, Dick. All right. So what was this? What was your this code?
This is the side of the week for all these guys out here that program a lot. And maybe want to program their Android phone. This is an app that'll help you, create if you have no programming experience. So, yeah.
Well, wants a name off the bat. So, all right. That's
okay.
I got no interest in anymore.
That one there. Now
this one, Grayjay.
I need to really thank Rouneth for giving this to me, because last week when we were talking about me and my issues with YouTube, and everyone knows how much I despise them sometimes. I was trying to watch the videos. It won't let me because I got the ad blockers on there. And then Dave was like, he uses Firefox instead. And this is an app called Grayjay that what's really great about this is it allows you to, get your content advisor. So you can have all your different things that you use, whether it be was it YouTube or
Twitch, Odysee?
Odysee, all of them, and you can just you can have it so it goes through all of them anytime you do a search, and it searches through all of those different sites
at the same services. Time. And all your subscriptions. Well, what's kind of neat is I like the idea of it that so it's all of your social media video sites all on one app, so you can click, and I would assume now because you just told me about this today, so I'm gonna actually I'm gonna install.
Yeah, you can click. You can click on it, and then you know what? Hold on, let me open it up here, and I'll share it.
Because I mean, you're looking at the apps. It had Kick, YouTube, Rumble, Odysee, Patreon, Nebula, PeerTube. It had more than that too. More plugins coming, but to be able to have all of your media all in one the people you're following all in one interface. A neat little app. I'll have to definitely go check it out.
Yeah, especially with more and more people moving away from apps like YouTube and on to Rumble and some of the other ones because they're getting tired of getting jerked around by YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
You got.
Okay. Hold on, there we go.
Okay.
Where did mine go? Is that okay? You guys see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oops. You can go by different providers. You know, if you like a creator, you just add them in. You can make up your own playlists. And now here are the sources. So you know you have YouTube, Rumble, Odysee. You know, and you can add all that stuff in when you're searching for them, and it allows you to download the files too. You know, and you can sync it to different devices that you're on with it. So it's really neat. It really is. I'm so happy, and like I said, thank you, Ron. You really helped me out.
He posted it. It doesn't work well on Android TV though. You need the touch screen mouse.
So I just needed a computer, and this is
if you have
exactly what I wanted.
I would think it would work well if you have one of those Re 8s.
Yeah, like an Air mouse.
Yeah, that's got the little touch screen. You know how it has that Air mouse? Yeah, and you can pull it up.
I wonder how well it would work on the Shield with the little, because it has.
He said it didn't work well with the Shield.
Yeah. I think it probably didn't work well with the Shield because it's not touchscreen. So if you use the Re, maybe. But,
okay.
I don't know. You showed me this tonight, and I was like, I might have to check that out. Did you guys have? Did anybody else have any other apps to highlight tonight?
I mean, like that Metro News just for the Tough Man fights.
Oh yes, you did say that. I thought I saved that one. Yeah, I did. Hold on.
Okay.
There it is. Metro News Television, because you said they will be showing the Tough Man tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going back to that tonight? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on the app. Yeah, it's going to be on their website.
So free. It's free.
Yeah. All you have to do is just make up a fake email account. You know, make up an email account, the password, people log in. You're good to go.
So Metro News Television, that'll be on tonight. We're gonna have big screen, and we'll be in big screen to watch the Tough Man with a group of us. So all are welcome. You guys, all you have to do is hit us up if you're not part of our big screen group. The link is down below. Join the Telegram room, and we will put links to the events that we're showing. And it's just hanging out with a bunch of your buddies and talking shit. Some people are getting drunk, and some are
it's not so much about the quality of the fights. It's like the worst tattoos you've ever seen contest. And let's say some of the ring girls can be rather interesting.
I was going to ask, what Tough Man is this? Virginia Tough Man?
West Virginia.
Yes, West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Wow.
West Virginia.
If
it's
you're
fun.
I have to watch this.
If you're very much into like people watching out in public and being like, "What the hell? Why'd they do that?" Tough man, that's for you, right? If you're trying to watch, if you're into boxing and technical about it, you're not gonna like.
Not gonna like it.
No. There's people that hate. Yeah.
But if you think Jerry Springer,
you were in the bar with all of us hanging out,
there'll probably be 40 plus fights tonight, and they are one after the other.
Yeah,
like you watch UFC or whatever, the fight's over, then there's like a 15-minute interlude for the next fight. No, when they're making the decision, pretty much the next fighters are already in the ring.
They're climbing in.
It's go.
Yep.
But it's fun. I mean, we watch it. Umbrella. If you have an Oculus, we have, most of us have Oculus 2s. Some of us have Oculus 3s. To me, you're hanging out, talking shit. You know, if you're a person that likes to have a drink or something, you know, guess what? You're sitting in your own house with people talking. It's a fun night. And again, it's you don't know what you might see. We've seen people's wigs fall off. We've seen pants fall down.
Oh my God!
People fall out of the ring.
Oh,
a lot of crack sometimes.
Oh yeah.
One night we saw how many shoulders got thrown out. That one.
Yeah.
One event. It had to be
shoulders.
six guys lost their shoulder popped out of socket because they were punching it. Like, I'm done. I'm done. See. So yeah, that's West Virginia Tough Man. It's on pay-per-view.
If you have IPTV, it'll be in your pay-per-view section. But like I said, this weekend it is free on West Virginia Metro News.
Was it Berkeley again? Beckley?
Where
we at? Beckley?
Yeah, it's last fight of the season.
Yeah, it's all over after this. Yeah. So Umbrella, if you got an Oculus 2, you just if you ain't got nothing to do, hang out for a little while.
Hang out with us. You'll love it.
It's just fun. We do that usually on UFC nights, which
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Is there a pay-per-view this week, or is it?
Yes, there is.
Fight night?
It's a fight night.
Fight night. Next week's big pay-per-view.
And BKFC also tonight.
Okay. Oh, BK. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. You're looking to put up the other thing there, right? Just give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
Whoops. Trying to get to. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get that wheel ready.
It's ready.
Okay, before we
ready.
Well, it's not up on the screen. We don't see it, so you know.
Oh, but, I'm sitting there showing the screen the whole time.
Yeah, I know, but you.
It's because you displayed. No, no. It's because once you shared your,
you have
screen,
to open it back up. There you go. Okay.
Basically,
give me a second here. I want to let everyone know what's on next. We had a couple changes. Andrew is in green with Bratz. I'm in purple with Sweetwater. Dabs is in red with Carry On. Eddie is in gray with The Great Escaper. So we're all hoping that it lands on that tonight.
No.
Because Eddie has been...
He's stuck with Grace.
He's stuck with it for a while.
He deserves months.
He deserves it. So
it's been a bunch of months.
I'm looking at that gray. Roger is in orange with Roger. I love you dearly, but come on, brother. You got to get rid of this one for me, please. If there's a movie I don't want to see, it's this. And,
Beetlejuice.
I'll watch it for you. Beetlejuice. And Jason is in yellow with Gladiator 2. I didn't even get to ask him if he wanted to change it. So
no, I'm good with that one.
You want to change it? Okay, because you could right now you could say I don't want that movie and I want this one, and we'll all recognize it as a change for you since we didn't
a change to the official record. No.
Yeah.
No, I might change it for next week, but let's keep it there for this week.
All right, we ready?
All right, we're ready.
All right. Umbrella, you seen any of those movies?
Come on,
yeah,
Gray.
a few of them.
Come on, Gray.
Oh God, it is Great Escaper.
Come on,
Holy moly!
Great.
Go,
Eddie. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, nice job. The Great Escaper. Wow.
Who had the who had the thumb on the wheel?
Well, I say that it's Aubyn's fault because he said
I was wishing for it.
Yeah, he did. I heard him call it out.
Yeah.
But listen, he's had it on a long time.
Yeah, you've stuck with this pick for at least 3 months.
Yeah.
Give it to you. All right. So what's this movie here, bud? Just as a snippet, like for Eddie, I don't know. So it looks.
I don't know what it's about or anything.
It's an English movie. It's about a guy. Well, go on, Dave.
No.
Oh. Go ahead, Eddie. You can just grab it. Go ahead. It's your pick.
No. I can't recollect it because it's been a while. I haven't seen it.
It's been so long.
You're gonna have to watch it again, Eddie.
He's an older guy living in a assisted living facility with his wife. He was at World War II with D-Day, so he escapes the assisted living facility, makes it over to Normandy for I think it was the 50th anniversary of D-Day. So that's what it's about.
Okay.
It's not bad.
Right.
All right. Well, I haven't seen it. Look at Eddie. Eddie said it was his pick. He's gonna be like, just like the first time. See, that's what. Hey, that's the good thing about getting old, you guys. Sometimes you're watching the movie. It could be the 4th time you watch it, but you don't remember it. You're like, this is a really good movie. I've never seen this one before. The benefits of getting old. Just saying.
Okay. He talks about Eddie can't remember, and he watched the wrong movie this week.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, don't judge me.
Is that the benefits of getting older or benefits of being on top?
You guys just both. Because all right, hey, all right.
No, but I like Michael Caine. Michael Caine is a good actor.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yes.
What year did it come out? What year did it come out, guys?
23.
2023. Yeah, 2 years old.
It's an ancient movie.
Yeah, it's a BBC movie. It's a movie made for TV.
Oh man, BBC. Oh, now I already don't like it. Now it's British.
Trust me, compared to what else is on the wheel, what we've watched, put it this way, I have no problem watching this again.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Hey.
Of course, you already watched it.
But do we have any music before I go to our intro to going into?
Okay. We have. Let me see if I put it at the bottom. Yeah, I think
you said BK.
Okay, so we have UFC tomorrow at the Apex. It's Emmett versus Murphy. The main card is at 9 p.m. and the prelims are at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. April 4th tonight at this is already over. It's at 12 p.m. today.
Oh,
the BKFC. But I guess I'll watch. It was in Dubai. But I'll have to, put it up maybe on Sunday, and we'll watch it if anyone wants. And then of course tonight and tomorrow. I
got it.
Tonight and tomorrow. The Tough Man, 7 p.m. it starts. So we're already into our time. Andrew is here.
Yep, Andrew showed.
And we're ready to roll.
All right, let's go.
Brother.
All right, let's go. This is our intro to this, folks. Player pass. All right, here we are. Whoops, wrong screen. This one. Fire Inside. So this is going to be our play or pass segment for Fire Inside. So we've watched that. We were forced to watch it this week, and we will decide.
No, you weren't forced. All you had to do was click on the pinned movie that was up there.
Well, feel free to do a review on Sing Sing since you watched the wrong movie.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have put that on the wheel.
Yeah.
No, Andrew had it on there for I think for a couple months too.
Yeah.
Fire Inside. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the floor. So if you guys have watched it, we're gonna let the panel give our thoughts. So spoiler alerts. If you've not seen it and you're not wanting spoiler alerts, sorry, you're probably gonna need to leave because we're gonna talk about it and want to hear what everyone's thoughts on this particular movie. Floor is open, so whoever wants to jump in.
Should I go last or can I go first?
You can go first. You can
because it was my movie. That's what I'm saying.
It was your movie.
Yeah.
This was a movie I picked sight unseen, so you know, I heard it was a good movie. I liked it because it was, you know, basically a biography about Clarissa Shields, who I liked. I've seen her fight before. I thought this was a great story. I don't even know if she still hasn't been beat. I would imagine
no. It said at the end that she has not lost.
She's not been beaten.
Still hasn't lost.
No.
She went into MMA or something.
Did she go in MMA?
Yeah, I think she had 2 last fights. I believe she fought Savannah Marshall twice.
Okay.
Beat her, and then they both went into like BF, whatever it is, K or something.
Oh, she went into
bare knuckle?
Wow.
One of them, one of the two, went into one of them.
Yeah.
Unless that's where I've seen her fight, but I know I've seen her box also. But I like her. You know, to think that what she did for all the other women boxers.
True.
You know, by saying, you know, I want this money. You know, I guess no one was gonna really say no to her. But she kicked the ass. She, you know, that's what she believed in. You know, she was a fighter. And I also like that this was Rachel Morrison's first feature film. You know, which is great. I really liked it. I don't know how everyone else feels, so go away. Go ahead and start talking, and I'll catch up again with you later.
All right. Who else got something to?
I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
Eddie, wait a second, Eddie. Andrew was going to go. So, Eddie, after Andrew. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, no. I don't have much to say. I was just going to say I feel like this felt to me like it was geared towards a certain audience, and like American audience. Like it's very like, I think, I don't know. It seemed like a lot cliched, the story. I know it's like based on obviously a true story, but it just feel like it was like her actual story was over dramatized a little bit to make it seem like, to make it into a biopic. But I think it was just like, it was a bit bland for me. And also I didn't understand why when they showed our boxing matches like at the London Olympics and China or whatever, why did they not just use the real footage?
Well, they didn't. They did it with that last fight. I think they did. You know, when the very, very last fight, I think they showed her real, because it was like you saw like the back of her fighting.
Yeah.
And it was so.
Yeah. What's funny
yeah, go ahead.
You read this one here. Before the filming began, Ryan Destiny, the girl that played her, had never boxed before. So I got to give her credit for that. You know?
Yeah.
Because I thought you did a good job. You know, I know we have a hard enough time in VR playing the other boxing games. You know,
that shit'll wear you out.
Yeah, she was getting it in. She was getting it in.
Eddie,
yeah, Eddie, I felt like some of the acting wasn't great.
Yeah. I'm money on it. Yeah, go ahead, Eddie. You were gonna.
Okay, for me, I found this movie very intense. Soon as the movie started off, because I could relate a little bit because I have 3 family members who are boxers. But being a female, to advance herself to get to where she was, she had to fight no matter what happened. The only downside that I really felt a little bit sorry for her when she tried to pawn off her gold medal. When she tried to pawn off a gold medal, in other words, the gold medal didn't really mean anything to her anymore. But if I remember well, didn't Muhammad Ali threw all his gold medals in the river?
Yeah, he did something like that.
Yeah, he threw them in the river.
Was that because of Vietnam? Or was that because he?
No, because I think the reason why he threw him in the river is because he won all the gold medals, but when he came out, he was just like he was when he left. In other words, nobody appreciated him. But anyway, another thing that I really liked about this, when our trainer explained to Shields, Flint, what is Flint? Oh, Flint, Michigan. And when he explained it to her, in other words, the Native Indians, they didn't have anything to no metals or anything to make something to hunt, and they used flints instead. So they got the name of the town, Flint, Michigan, from that. That I really liked. The acting I found very good. And at the end, I liked it when they showed the pictures of the original person, with all the medals and everything.
Yeah.
Man, that was great. I liked it. A good movie.
All right, I'll go now and flip the script 180 degrees. Okay. First of all, if I didn't have to watch this movie, I would have turned it off after 15 minutes because it was slow as hell. I mean, it was like, oh my God, it moved slow as hell. It felt us of a certain generation. AUBYN, us older folks were that it felt like I was watching an after-school special movie. Okay,
man.
That's what it felt like. All right,
I like it.
I mean, I respect the story. I mean, in real life, what she had to go through in boxing, all that. I'm for that 100%. But the execution, all right, the acting was not good. All right, the movie was slow. It just was, oh my God, it was the longest hour and 49-minute movie I'd ever seen. It felt like it was 3 hours long. It just drug and drug and drug and drug on. It was just, I mean, you noticed last night I was quiet as hell because Todd will talk about a Candy Crush movie. No, I was playing 5-card poker movie because after 15 minutes, I just was like, please let this shit show end soon.
I will say in the defense of it, in the defense of AUBYN, like I don't think all of the acting was bad. I think actually the Destiny was decent, and I think a coach was decent actor. But do you know what ruined it? It was like when they went to the Olympics and stuff, and they had like the reporters on the TV and stuff, and they were just like the worst actor. It looked like something you'd watch on YouTube. It just looked so like they just sounded like idiots.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you strip all the part of the way, she has a really good story, but this movie just didn't do justice to her true story. It could have been done in such a better way. It was just slow and oof.
This is my problem with the thing. You didn't like the character, and when Blue and I were talking, because I forced her to watch it because that's what I thought I had to watch this. All right, because I had to watch this at the end, so I had to hurry up last night and then finish it this morning. So I made her watch it too. She loves a sports movie. She loves. I mean, we turn on any of the old classics. What was the one with Notre Dame and Rudy? Yes, thank you. Any of those she loves. She loves a sports movie. And she goes at the end. She goes, this is not a very good sports movie. She goes, why did I love Rocky? She says, because I liked Rocky Balboa. I liked him as a character, as his pushing through, even when he was going through bad times. I did not like Clarissa's character until the last 10 minutes of the fucking show. I mean, I didn't like her. Yes, she had a bad. Yes, I understand that she went through some hard times, but her character, I wasn't hardly ever rooting for. I rooted for Rocky and because you liked the character. With this, I felt like I didn't care if her character won or lost. I wanted it to win because it was like, oh, that's part of the storyline. And I'm like, they wouldn't have made a movie if she lost. That's what I said. Blue was like, they think she won, and she goes, what do you think? Would they have made a movie about it? I'm like, no, they wouldn't have made it. So yes, she won. And then come to find out she won so much, which was great
at her age.
But all right, but the movie itself, I don't like. You said you liked, what was it, Ryan, whatever her name was?
Yeah.
Ryan Destiny. I'm sorry, Ryan Destiny.
Okay.
But I didn't like, I mean, if it was her, was it the script? Clarissa, she was just had a bad attitude. And I understand why they're trying to give that. But come on, can I like your character? I mean,
think about being as poor as they were.
100%. I said that. I actually said that to Blue. I said, they are dirt poor. They're struggling every day. Yep. But can I see a little bit of cracks of who she was? And I know she did it with her, kind of like showed who she was a little bit with her boyfriend, but not enough that I'm buying into the character. A movie or show has to me. I have to buy into that character. I got to care about that character. Either I can care good or bad about a character, and they've done their job. I can hate the person because that means they're doing a good job as an actor. This, I was like, don't care either way if you win or lose, because there wasn't no feel to it.
Well, I think
the only time you saw that is right at the end.
Yeah.
Where she goes to take the bus. When she goes and finds her coach who's at work, they have a sit down, they, come together and everything. Why are you taking the bus? Because I want to see America. That was the only part of the movie where, like you said, you could, I don't know, sympathize with her character or showed some emotion.
Yeah.
Like Red said, great story, inspiring, but the movie did not do justice to her. No.
Yeah. Because when you look at how many awards, and like I've got it here, here's where they show all the belts she won and this and that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the greatest game ever kind of event that she did. Things that was like beyond belief and helping women. But I'm like, did you do it justice? This is just fell flat. I thought that what's his name, Holly or Henry, Brian Trey Henry. Yeah. I thought he was funny, but he was funny in a good coach, but had enough humor in the movie to kind of give you the giggles at times. But her, I have to blame it on her, because I'm like, I just don't like you. You got to sell me on you. If she sold me as a bad person, sure, I would have disliked her.
No, do you think that if they would have showed, let's say, when she was the young girl, and so you want to really feel what she felt.
Oh, you're talking no. I don't need to see the little girl thing.
Gonna go see this little girl,
but her
getting assaulted by
her as a 17-year-old. I need to buy into that. I didn't buy into her who she was as a role. I don't,
because you didn't know
how to say, I wasn't
of her upbringing.
I know we knew the story. I knew the story, but did she sell me as an actress on it?
Oh
no, I'm not sold on who she is as an actress.
She sold me. That's what I got to say then.
Huh? For acting is fine. Look at voice of God talking.
Here we go.
Huh?
Didn't like her. She was just didn't want to cheer for her.
Yeah, she was just a bitch.
Wow. And that's that's just the character's fault. That's whoever wrote that. I'm sure that girl was exactly like
Yes.
Yeah. So
there you go.
yeah,
but also,
God.
I think Clarissa Shields gives that, like, she gives that aura off anyway. Like, she's a bit of a bitch. She seems like she might not be, but she comes across like she is.
She is, though. You know, people don't want to get in the ring with her.
Fantastic boxer, though.
Yeah.
Well, she brings that up in the film when she talks about fighting.
That's what makes people cry.
I'm a bully. Yeah, exactly. I'm a bully. I'm a fighter. I have to be a bully to be a good fighter. And
True.
She doesn't. You can't always turn that off and be that way in the ring and then leave it behind at the ring. Some people can. Some people can't. Some people, that's their nature.
But I think if you're going to tell a story about her and you want people to get behind the character and stuff, you probably got to make her a bit more sympathetic.
Well, then the debate comes: are you being true to her story, or are you going to Disneyfy it so you can get good reviews? And
good point.
Well, yeah, that's true. But, like, also, how many biopics do is the story like 100% fact?
Yes.
Well, I guarantee it that she was a bit bitter in her upbringing, and again, I lived in Michigan. Flint, Michigan
do you want to be 100% with the truth, or do you want to make some money?
Right. Well, and that's kind of what I liked about it. The fact is they didn't. I mean, they brought up the conditions in Flint, and they didn't. I mean, they made it a little bit better than it really is, but they didn't completely Disneyfy it either. They didn't seem like, she had a great upbringing. No, you saw her family being poor and her being sexually assaulted by one of her mom's boyfriends, and that's the kind of stuff that goes on up there. And a lot of kids raised there have to deal with that stuff every day.
Sharon liked it.
Yeah. No. I mean, I could see where some people would like it, and then it wasn't me. I want to think of a song. It wasn't me. This movie. It wasn't me.
Yeah, but usually, boxers come from lower class. The only way they can see any better is to fight their way out. Most boxers, they started off so they can get higher up than what they are. They have to fight. I'll give you an example. One of my cousins, he told me, he said, I have to fight to get to the corner of the street. So the only way to get out of this place is make a name and get out. And boxing was his only outlet,
Yeah, and I liked how they showed that in the film. How that's what she thought. Oh, I win this gold medal, and now my life's going to change. But it didn't work out that way for her.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's all in marketing, and again, what they can, what's going to sell. And I think Andrew's made a perfect point that them being honest to who she was not marketable, and that's so she wasn't able to get TV endorsements, and that not only because she was a woman and because she was black. Those weren't the only things, but it was also she had an attitude that people couldn't sell product for. So
I think maybe it was just like the pacing of the movie was a bit off, but I don't know. There's just something about it. Like, it was the story. Obviously, it's an inspiring story, definitely 100%. But it was just something a bit off about the way it was portrayed.
It was a movie to tell a story, but not necessarily to be super entertaining to you. Like a Rocky movie is entertaining because he fights through adversity. He gets knocked down, almost loses, and then comes back at the end and win the big victory. And this movie, it had that kind of stuff, but it wasn't in your face like that. Like at the end when she goes to the Colorado and joins the Olympic team, but gets them to agree to give her a $3,000 a month stipend and change things for everybody else. That's her victory, but that's not the victory where she beats the big bad guy that's been there the whole movie.
It's also you can't really compare it to like a Rocky. To be fair, that's like a fictional. I think this movie would have been told better as a book. I feel like you don't have to make all these like types of stories into movies. I think this would have been more better as a book, because there's more detail you can put into it. You get really deep into it. and make you care. Obviously, you would care more about Rocky's fiction of this movie is based on. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I mean. Sharon's right. You can't. Obviously, Rocky's made to make you root for him and made for you to be entertained. This is like going off true story.
Yeah, and I mean, and I usually love a true story. I usually love sports, and we watch it. It's just I'm watching, and I'm like, I can't even root for her.
I think it's because it's like it's probably catered more towards Clarissa Shields fans than it is. That's why I think it would have been better as like a biography, a book. But I don't know. I didn't hate it. I just.
Oh, look at Ice Cube was going to be the coach. Wow.
But that would have spiced it up a bit more. That would be
like a little bit more then. Yeah. So all right. Well, let's go ahead and we'll vote because we will have time to chit chat about what shows that people want to check out. AUBYN, everybody feel like they spoke their piece on this before we go to the judge's decision on this movie for Player Pass.
Oh yeah. I hopefully everyone voted in Telegram. And we'll do our voting here. Because TikTok, Dave is keeping his mouth shut for a minute. I don't know why.
Hey, we're gonna say this, folks. If the criteria we go with is if play means that you would watch this again, or you would recommend this to other folks. So that would be a play. A pass would be I don't know nobody I want to watch this movie. Maybe I don't need my time back, but I don't ever want to watch it again. That could be a pass. We'll start with Andrew. So you give this movie a play or a pass?
Sorry, I'd give it a pass.
No, it's a pass. And I don't know. Umbrella hasn't spoke on this. I don't think he watched the movie.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's a pass.
Oh, it's a pass. Look at he didn't even chime in on us. Dang. Hey, we gave you time to give your thoughts.
Yeah,
on that.
talk about it.
Nah, it's okay. No worries.
Okay. Redneck says pass. Big Daddy Spider, what you thinking?
I give it a play. I liked it. I thought it was a decent movie and tried to tell a true story. And I appreciate that they did that and didn't just kind of gloss over everything and sugarcoat her life.
Fair enough. Beachy, what you thinking?
Oh, pass.
All right, pass.
Ass.
I got a bunch over here. Plays Sharon, Richard, play for Leon, pass from Paper Plate. Red said pass. Okay. AUBYN, so what's your thought on this?
It's a play for me. It's a play for me. I still tell people to watch this, especially anyone who's into boxing and knows her story. I guess you needed to understand what it's like to grow up poor, and get knocked down every direction that you turn, because that's what happened to her.
Yeah, but I'm just commenting on the movie. They did a bad job of. They didn't do her justice in the movie.
I've got no money.
You want a box, Clarissa? I'll set it up for you. $1 million. Because you know how she feels about England, since it was that English girl that beat her first. And and she was
and also Savannah Marshall is a Geordie. She's from my neck of the woods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you got that reach, man. You got them long arms. Keeping her off you.
Yeah, but I don't have the knees. I don't have the movement.
Yeah.
All right. I give it a pass. Like I said, there just wasn't enough in there for as a movie. The movie aspect, story was great, I think, but yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't told. Didn't hit me the right way. So AUBYN, so what's the Eddie? I'm sorry, Eddie. Eddie, you gave it a play.
I give it a play. Yeah.
So play from you. Okay. So
thank you, Eddie.
We're gonna run over there to the Telegram votes. What's in there, AUBYN?
It's 11 to 6. 11 plays, 6 passes.
You snuck it out, man. Man, I hope this ain't ain't as crooked as the. I hope that tonight's votes ain't so damn messed up.
Yeah, listen. You see, everyone. You see, Todd's kind of getting upset because you know I got a pass, and Eddie's movie is coming in next week. You know, so he's he just wants to go at us there. He just wants to go at us. Oh,
I can trash every movie that I can coming out right now because I don't have anything on the wheel. So you can't talk shit about
that's right.
That's right. So they all suck. Pass. Snaps and a swizzle pass.
Just so we also know, Todd, you want to explain that this is what episode 8. Wait, I'm sorry, episode 10. And at episode 12, at the end of episode 12, we're gonna take a
couple weeks off.
A mid-season break. Take a couple weeks off.
Come back January 2026.
Dale said, "Don't be drinking the water."
That's right. I'm surprised you didn't bring that up. Honestly, I was waiting for that.
Too. Yeah, because Flint is having like their water.
Anyone
watch some Tough Man with us tonight, Dale?
For people that may not be from the U.S., Flint's water is like it's toxic. I mean, it's like got chemicals, got all kinds. You can't drink it. You can't drink
Anyone watch that movie? Flint.
Which one?
The Flint. The movie.
Flint?
No, Flint is the name of the movie. No, you got it. It was.
I've seen that
documentary.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
but I'm sorry, Todd. You won't like it because oh man,
it's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like that.
We're from Canada. We drink our water from all these Great Lakes that we got around us.
They got more water than it's got more water here than if you add up all the fresh water in the world.
Yeah,
don't have as much as they got here. But all right, let's go ahead and just open the floor quickly because we got about 10-ish minutes, and talk about any shows that you guys want to recommend out there. So if there's some shows you're watching and you want to recommend them, let's toss it out there so that add some more shit to my track list.
I just want to tell Andrew, after watching the latest season of Gangs of London, I'm not coming to London because apparently there's submachine guns going off all over the place over there, and that's a dangerous place. So I'm not traveling to London anytime.
Andrew, you hear a lot of people talking about the Gangs of London and how they feel about it?
Sorry, say that again?
With the Gangs of London, are there a lot of people there that are talking about it?
No, not.
No? Or is it just that
nobody I know has been talking about it?
You're too far north then, right?
They're all watching Bluey.
Yeah, we don't care about London.
Okay, no, that's what I figured then, I guess. Okay.
Well, I did watch the first couple seasons, and it's a violent gang show, and I enjoyed it. I haven't watched the latest season, so it's good to be checking out. The Bondsman dropped in. Actually, the wife she started watching the first 10 minutes of it, and I told her right when we were getting ready to start the show, I told her to stop because I saw just a few minutes of it. I'm like, I want to watch that. Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
Horror, action, adventure, fan. Jesus, was it every freaking genre there?
They don't have comedy. Look at comedies in there. They're trying to get an award come
for something,
Golden
right?
Globes. Be like, and we're gonna do like what was that cooking show? The Bear.
The Bear.
Yeah. Remember they said that was a comedy. I was like, in what fucking world was that a comedy? I mean, there were some jokes, but
there were some jokes. Yeah.
That doesn't make it a comedy, Right. But I saw this. I'm gonna watch this. I wasn't sure if any of you guys. I think it dropped today.
I'm gonna watch it. No, It's been out. Well, I know I have the whole season. I think
I might
already.
try it. Is it on Amazon?
The third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think I'll watch that. I do like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, so do I.
There's another series that I'm starting to watch. I like called Mobland with Tom
Yes.
Hardy.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah, that's. I think I have that on my list too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Man.
the first episode.
Yeah, it's good.
Damn, little Pierce is in this.
Yeah,
Yep.
Helen
Yes.
Mirren, holy moly!
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
good cast.
had a good cast. Yeah,
Originally, it was
Tom
supposed to be a prequel to Ray Donovan,
Mhm.
because that's what his character basically
yeah.
is. The Tom Hardy character is like a fixer type thing. So, yeah, one episode out right now. I enjoyed it.
Definitely check that.
What about another one? Is called Dope Thief.
Yeah.
What was it?
Dope.
Dope.
Oh, dope.
Dope.
Yeah, I
Dope
seen that.
Thief.
Dope Thieves. I saw that on this. Here it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
here on the front.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So you liking that? All right.
I'm sorry, but I know
I finished Reacher. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's true.
The new season, I enjoyed that. Severance, I think I'm just going to give up on it. I think I've watched as much as I'm going
Well,
to
it
watch.
got canceled anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
done.
I don't know. The first season was enough. I was like, that's not bad. And then it's just been, I don't know. It's a struggle to try to get through it. And I'm like, I'm giving up. I'm like, it had potential, but I'm just giving up. I did finish Adolescence this week.
Mhm.
I'm not sure. Did any of you guys watch Adolescence?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
yes.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked
I
I
watched
like
it.
it.
Uh-huh.
Well,
There's
what I
another
like-
one.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was another one with Stephen Graham. It's called something similar to, what is it? It's called Boiling Point. It's all about,
That's an older show, right? Boiling Point.
it's an
Does it
older
sound
show.
familiar? Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, but it's similar to, the
Yeah,
Bear.
Oh, yeah.
But Stephen Graham, he's great in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Adolescence, what I did like about Adolescence is I did like their filming. They did that that nonstop filming.
but also like they're having you watch something that they're not actually showing. You know what I mean? And they're letting you use your brain to see what's actually going on.
But the way that the
What about
camera is like moving constant, you know what I mean? It's like they go down the hallway and instead of like cutting and then showing up, boom, you're at that in that room.
In there. Yeah.
It follows you down the hallway and you go, the character goes in the room, then you follow up behind it, and the camera it never stops. It's I like that filming. I thought the last episode was brilliant. Episode 4 of this was that was the acting in that one on point. I mean,
Did
I
you like
almost
the
got
ending?
choked up. Yeah, I thought it was a good ending.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good ending. But the parents acting at the end. Oh shit! I mean, I was choked up. They sold it. Like I said, it's you. I'm vested on those characters, and they did a great job. So
yeah, but what I like about this series is because first of all, the executive producer is Stephen Graham, and he wrote part of the series. Now I think this guy's going to start getting some good shit.
Stephen?
Oh yes, I like this guy.
Yeah. All right. I didn't know. Did anybody over in the side chat toss out any suggestions? Up Funster's over in the side chat. What's up?
What's up, Funster?
Paper Plate says Bondman was decent. Dad and the Psychologist. From the TV show. All right, so hey, we were going to mention. So what? I guess we only got like a couple minutes here. I meant to talk about this when we were talking about Kodi. Why there's some of these things aren't getting links. So what's happening more and more is these links, which basically is where we can find the files out there, they're more and more being taken down. So add-ons aren't, the links aren't loading, or the add-ons don't load due to IP blocks. So you could do a couple things. One, you can install the software that's for your internet company. Most of them offer some type of software that you can log in and change your Wi-Fi password. You can change those things because you don't do it as much the old way like we used to by using it through your Ethernet through a computer. You can do it right through the app on the phone. A lot of ISPs have a safe browsing, security, safe malware warning. They'll have some kind of name that how they're protecting you. And a lot of those softwares, if they have the filters turned on, they're blocking websites that you probably need. So highly suggest people going in and looking on that software on their phone and disabling it, because if not, it's going to filter out and block any of those sites you're trying to reach for links or even add-ons. That's one. Number two, you can use a VPN and not do the first step, but I would do the first step just because I wouldn't want it on my router setting, so I'd get rid of the filters. Or you can or use a VPN to hide where you're going around the internet. That can always be a good thing. We're going to find more and more. Yeah.
Even though you're using Real to Brid? Even though
that can be. I have seen certain links on Real to Brid get blocked without a VPN. Not very often. But I have seen it to where they popped up on my, I saw it, there were like some sites that a family member of mine was using, and it was pulling links, and it was like a British soap opera. And they would give links, and then all of a sudden they would kill them all. They would say no links. So it would like give a results, and then they would go away. And then I looked on the software, because you can go in on your phone and then it'll tell you all the sites that it blocked. And sure enough, there they were. Boom, 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 boom. Turned off that filtering software off of the setting, and then boom, ran the same scrape, clicked it, links played. So that's going to happen more and more. We're gonna see that. Talking about blocking at Cloudflare level. I mean, we're going to run into more and more issues. So you got to stay on top of what's going on and trying to, make sure that there's not filtering software running on some of your equipment. And if that still doesn't fix it, a VPN can fix it. I'm not sure. Or AUBYN would just say,
Plex.
What you say? Use a Plex. Prediction, just use Plex. So sorry about that, Indy. I meant to talk about that at the beginning of the show. So and we're getting close to the end here. And Dave is probably ready to check out.
Yeah, I am too.
So we got that going on. I'm not going to we'll just say everybody, we'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for hanging out with us for the 2 hours. Thanks to all the panel. And we'll see you guys in big screen. If you got an Oculus, Sharon can join us.
Yeah.
Sharon, you can join us on big screen. The Telegram Oculus group is down below. So if you have one, come talk to us and watch the game, the fights with us tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Curtains falling on the screen. Hope you laughed and learned a bit. Had some fun and skipped routine. Time to close this crazy shit. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time to say goodbye. Through the streams and download set. But now it's time for us to fly. Info station. Picked up tips and tricks to enjoy. But now we leave this online station. It's time to pack up every toy. Thanks for tuning in, my friends. But it's time for us to fly through the streams and download set. You can kiss my ass goodbye.